Hey, what's up? Rainy morning here, but I'm reviewing the brand new SmallRig S70 microphone, which is almost invisible and unbranded and has tons of other features. Hey, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Those who follow me on a regular basis, they know quite well that I like good sound. And a video without a good sound is for me not a good video. That's just as simple as it could be. And therefore I own quite a lot of good microphones and I use them on a regular basis. Now I have here this one in my hand, which is a brand new SmallRig S70 microphone, which is made for content creators. It comes with quite a lot of interesting features, noise reduction of course, but also predefined EQs, which are designed by Luca Bignardi, the Grammy award-winning sound engineer. These microphones here, they're tiny. They're not branded, so there is no brand name written here on it. Plus they're very lightweight and they retail at a price of $89.99, which is definitely competitive compared to all the other microphones which are around. So let's have a look if these microphones, the SmallRig S70, if they really keep up with the promise or if they're not as good as hoped for. Little disclaimer, SmallRig was sending over these microphones for review to me, but no money has exchanged hands and SmallRig is not going to see the video before it's published and they don't have any influence on the content. So let's dive in and let's see what this little tiny thing can actually do. The first nice surprise is actually the charging case. The charging case actually for this price tag is very solid. Yet it's quite small, so they can easily put it in your pocket, but the finishing is very nice. It reminds me actually of a Rimowa suitcase, which are notoriously known for being a good quality. So this here is definitely second to none when it comes to that. Inside the charging case, you find the usual suspects. Of course, the two microphones, plus the camera receiver and the smartphone receiver. And if you're fast enough, then you will get also free of charge from SmallRig as well a receiver for older iPhones, the ones which have the Lightning port. Battery life is actually on par with what you would expect. The sender itself has 8 hours continuous recording, which is definitely not bad. Well, that's on paper. I would suppose, without that I have tried it, that 6 to 7 hours are realistic. And if that's not enough, actually, the charging case gives you in total 40 hours of recording time, which is definitely enough if you want to record even a couple of vlogs or a lot of content in general. You can speak for 3 hours about a microphone, but the most important thing is, of course, the sound. Nothing else matters if the sound is not good. But here, in this case, we are in a controlled environment. I'm going to go out now to a couple of situations and we're going to see how the microphone is performing in various situations. And then we're going to be back to see what the verdict about the microphone is. This is such a typical test because many people, they want to record when they're in a coffee shop, and that's exactly where I'm now in here. So I'm sitting here, there is noise around other people, there is music playing in the background, and I was setting now the noise reduction level to high. Let's see how the SmallRig S70 is performing in this situation. So this is now kind of the hardcore test because I'm sitting here in a sports hall and the kids are playing soccer. And as you can hear here in the background, it's quite noisy. So the interesting thing is, let's switch on the noise cancellation to see how well it works. So the microphone itself actually records in 24-bit and 48 kilohertz maximum. If you're looking for 32-bit float for recording, then no, it doesn't have it, like most of the competitors, by the way, which is in my opinion also not the biggest problem. The only thing is you need to be a little bit more careful when it comes to leveling the audio, that you're not going to have any clipping. Besides that, it doesn't come with any onboard recording, which anyway I'm not using so often also with my other microphones, so that's totally okay. The quality in general is good, and as you have also, especially if you're recording with a DSLR camera with a camera receiver, you have a safety track. That means it can record a second track with -20 dB, which helps also in extreme situations, of course, to balance out some clipping also. Overall, the microphone itself is tiny. It's really lightweight And as I'm carrying it here now, you can see it's really invisible. There is no branding on it, which is absolutely great. But it's so lightweight and tiny that you literally forget that you're wearing it. So it happened over the last couple of days for me, really several times, that I was wearing it and then I forgot simply to take it off because I didn't feel it at all. So that's something which is pretty amazing. And I really like this. When it comes to the form factor of, I think this here was not captured by the noise cancellation here. When it comes to the form factor, then you might like it or you might not like it. Very often, typical microphones, they come either with a normal clip or they come with a magnetic attachment. This one here is different because it is the clip itself. And you have the microphone on the top, and then you have on the other side, you have the emitter. And you clip it on simply, hiding the emitter and just leaving the microphone itself visible, which is a good choice. But there are also situations where you have clothes where you simply cannot clip it on easily, where you would love to have also a magnetic support. That would be great to have it. Well, but I would say in most of the cases, you will be just fine with it. So that's my experience at least. So overall, this works quite well. Let's speak about the microphone itself, as you see on the top. This is not a directional microphone, but a 360-degree omnidirectional microphone. That means it will record all the sounds which are coming from all around. The biggest advantage of that is you can orient it in no matter what direction and it will always capture the sound. The caveat of that is it will capture every sound which is coming in. That means also the noise or distractive sounds that you have from the outside. And that's why this noise cancelling that we have here is really, really useful. The sender of the microphone is attached to the microphone and it comes only with one physical button, which is used to switch on or off the microphone, to pair it to the receiver, or as well to switch on or off the noise cancellation. That's quite a good thing because very often you might want to switch it on, switch it off, depending on where you are, what the situation is, if there are some surround sounds which are increasing or any other situation. Unfortunately, you cannot switch the level of the noise cancellation here. You always have to do this on the app. That would be one of the wishes that I would have for SmallRig, to please add any possibility to parameter as well the level of the noise cancellation directly on the center of the microphone. The camera receiver is actually quite tiny, which is a good thing, but nevertheless it comes with this little wheel here on the top where you can adjust the level of the recording in 5 different steps. So that's a great thing. Plus it has, of course, the button to pair the microphone and a little switch where you can switch between mono recording, stereo recording, or mono recording with a safety channel. In this case, the safety channel will be recorded with -20 dB, which gives you a certain headroom in case that there might be all of a sudden some loud noises, so you have the safety track. This doesn't work for the mobile receiver. It works only for the camera receiver, but it's quite great. Plus, it has, of course, a cold shoe adapter where you can slide it on the camera, and it has the 3.5mm mini jack adapter where you can connect it directly to the camera. Plus it has also on the back side, it has a USB-C port, which allows you to connect it to a computer or any other device and use it as a sound interface, which is great as well. The mobile receiver is even smaller than the camera receiver. It really snug fits on my smartphone, and still it comes with a couple of manual and physical controls. The first one is a button. And with this button you can pair the microphones, but you can also adjust the recording level in 3 different steps. And there is a little caveat here, because no matter what you choose, as soon as you reconnect the mobile receiver, it falls back to the medium level recording. That means if you want by default to record on the highest level, make sure that you always switch back to the highest level after reconnecting the mobile receiver to your smartphone. The second switch that you have on is the switch where you can choose between stereo or mono recording, which is also great. The Small Go application from SmallRig is actually the companion app that you need to have if you want to really access all the parameters of the microphone. Here you can have a look at the levels, you can see what microphones are paired, you can choose a noise cancellation ratio, but most of all you can also access the different EQs which are designed by Luca Bignardi, who is a Grammy Award winning sound engineer. And these EQs are something which are really cool because you can adapt easily the sound right out of the box to different situations. I am now here on neutral mode, which is the basic setting when it comes to EQs. Now let me switch over to full. Now I am with EQ full, which gives the most fullest sound that you might want to have. Let me switch over to bright. Bright accentuates a little bit the higher frequencies, which is easier to understand than later. Male is of course made for male voices. That means it accentuates a little bit more the bass sounds. Female is a preset which is specifically tailor-made for female voices, accentuating a little bit more the higher frequencies. I'm not going to start singing, but just be aware that there is a singing preset as well, so this can be helpful if you want to record also some singing sessions. And with environment, you can easily record also environment sounds, which is very important if you want to have some atmospheric sounds also in addition to your video. Let's go back to normal. And here we are with the normal sound again. Very helpful, these EQs, if you don't want to spend any time in post-production just arranging your EQ settings after it. Here you can do it right away in the application, which is really helpful. The big question is now, of course, will I keep this microphone and use it for my productions? And the short answer is yes. First of all, I like the sound of the microphone. I like the way that it fits on my clothes. I like that it's invisible. And I like also the noise cancellation, which is efficient. There are a couple of improvements, like being able to choose the level of noise cancellation directly on the emitter. That would be great. But I trust SmallRig that they're going to implement this with one of the upcoming firmware updates. And now if you liked it, just comment, of course, and you know what you have to do. Follow, like, share, comment, and I hope that you're going to watch also the next video again. Hope to see you very soon and again. Take care.